Hi folks, and welcome back to another Travels of Red Rover. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Corinne.
And Corinne, where are we now?
We're in the van.
Why are we in the van?
Because it's really windy outside.
Yes, so another photo shoot with lots of wind.
So we're here in the Palouse region of Washington. We're hoping to capture some of the nice rolling hills and the crops growing on the hills, but we've been plagued by some heavy winds.
Yep, in fact it's so heavy out here that the hills look like they're actually rolling in the wind as opposed to just having that nice rolling look in the wind.
And sitting in the van, we feel like we're rolling too.
Yeah, the van is rocking and rolling pretty good here. It's probably blowing 35 or 40 miles an hour with gusts close to 50, so it's a really windy day.
Well, we're going to try and see if we can wait out some of the clouds and maybe the wind will drop a little bit and see what we can do with some photos here.
Yep, and we'll talk to you later when we start shooting. We're sitting in the van waiting for the light to improve later on this evening. It's one of the really great things about the van. It is blowing like stink outside. And although it's a nice sunny warm day, it is a very, very windy day and actually quite unpleasant outside right now. Corinne's making us some dinner as we get ready to go out and shoot a little later. So Corinne and I are up on Steptoe Butte in the Palouse area trying to shoot some of the rolling land from up here. It's an absolutely gorgeous scene, but as you can hear, the wind is absolutely howling. So mostly I'm having to shoot from behind the truck in order to keep the camera steady enough to be able to actually get a shot. So I've been waiting for the sun to go down to actually do some shooting. Corinne was out using the golden hour light. I'm going to use just a little bit of the tiny bit of it as the sun goes into the sandstorm that's off to the northwest a little bit. Hopefully the sand and actually the sun and the sand will combine to give us something of an interesting evening light. The actual sand cloud out there is starting to get thicker and thicker. It's a kind of a combination of clouds and sand and is really making it almost impossible to shoot. So Corinne, now that you can hold your hat up, what did you think of the shooting tonight?
It was a windy affair, but I went looking for some patterns in the crops and the lines, and that was pretty interesting. I eliminated the sky because there was a lot of haze in the sky, so my pictures are mostly just ground level.
So Corinne, I noticed you had the big lens on tonight, so what were you shooting with?
This is a 70 to 200, and I was mostly shooting in around the 135 millimeter range. I moved my ISO up to 800 due to the wind, hoping to eliminate any camera shake resulting from the wind blowing the tripod.
And a really important question tonight, how many times did you lose your hat?
None, it's tied on under my chin.
The shots from the first night were a little disappointing, but here are a few representative shots. Corinne and I are out braving the wind here on Steptoe Butte. This is the second night we've been here. Again, it's been a very, very windy night, but the light has been a whole lot better. So what do you think so far, Corinne?
So it's takes some warm clothing and some endurance to stand out here. It's maybe not as windy as it was yesterday and a little bit better light.
It is a lot better light. The other thing that we're doing is we've got the ISOs cranked up so that we can shoot at a fairly fast rate. In fact, I've switched to manual mode so I get a little bit more control on the shutter speed and set it at a pretty high level. probably not have to worry too much about noise out here right now because it's an extremely well lit scene, so that's not really an issue for us at this point. So much higher ISO, probably shooting around f9 to f11, and I'm probably shooting at a speed of 1/500th or greater. So it's a good night, but having to compensate for the breeze.
I think what makes the Steptoe Butte and Palouse area so attractive to photographers is these wonderful rolling hills, and you can see so much more in the evening, these defined shadows, and it's almost like some sensuous curves that draw you in. Well, we've been patiently waiting for some sunset, and it's coming soon. I think we have about another 15-20 minutes till the sun's down, and tonight we might have a clear enough horizon to actually get full sunset. So Shawn's all set up with filters so that he can capture the best color and balance the light in the foreground to the brightness of the sky, using the filters to reduce the intensity of the sky a little bit. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We're going to get some nice light. A lot of our clouds have cleared away, so that will make it a little bit more challenging for us. I've been working on a picture with some curves of the hills here, nice and green, and as the sunset comes on, those colors seem more vibrant, and the yellow of the golden sunset just seems to highlight it nice.
Our second night of shooting was much more successful. Here are a few representative shots from that night. Corinne and I are back at Steptoe Butte again tonight, and we're getting set up. We've actually got a slightly different location. We're parked where we were parked the other night, except we've come down a little further so that we're going to get a little bit more definition in the hillocks down below as the sun starts to set. So we've come down the hill a little bit, as I said earlier. And there's Red Rover sitting up there, and Corinne is sitting somewhere up behind me. I can't quite see her. So she's getting a shot up there. She's going to be doing some shots of wildflowers. It did start off as being a lot less windy tonight, although that seems to be changing as the evening comes on. So we'll have to see if it ends up getting to be a real breezy evening, or if we get a shot that's not quite so much wind. On our third night at Steptoe Butte, Corinne focused on taking this time-lapse, and I focused on shooting some panoramas. Unfortunately, we did not shoot very much video, so here are the photographs, and we hope you enjoy them. We sure hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up
And if you'd like to see more of our videos, I hope you'll consider subscribing.
And as always, if you want to know when we release videos, hit that little bell button down below.
And we love to hear from you, so if you have any comments or questions, you can put it in the comment section down below and we'll respond as soon as possible.
So until next week, bye for now.
Bye for now.